Okay, this is more for the benefit of people on MySpace, I guess, because I do a lot of blogs, and sometimes I hear news that just makes me so upset that I feel like I have to share it with everybody, and I definitely found a bunch of that today. I found some of it before, but it just keeps piling up and piling up, and eventually I need to bitch about it. So instead of just sitting there and typing and having to backspace when I fuck up a word or whatever, I just decided, you know what, it's video time. So let's check the list here. First things first, let's speak about this Limp Bizkit getting back together situation. I have a quote here. Apparently it was a joint statement from Fred Durst and Wes Borland. We decided we were more disgusted and bored with the state of heavy popular music than we were with each other. Regardless of where our separate paths have taken us, we recognized there was a powerful and unique energy with this particular group of people we have not found anywhere else. This is why Limp Bizkit is back. So, we had a new Ozzy album come out about a year and a half ago, I think, maybe 2 years, titled Black Rain. That was pretty incredible. I would consider Ozzy heavy popular music. And let's talk about Death Magnetic from Metallica. Came out end of last year. I would consider that heavy popular music, and I mean they definitely went back to their thrash roots with that one. So what's so disgusting about new albums from people like Ozzy and Metallica? I personally think that there's nothing that we need from Limp Bizkit ever again. I was really happy to see them gone. And I don't know if you listened to the last thing they released. It was called The Unquestionable Truth Part 1 or some bullshit like that. 7 songs. Cost me like $15, right? But I was curious, so I picked it up. And it was just, the music was decent, but, because I like their musicians, especially their drummer, John Otto. He's fucking good. And Sam Rivers is a hell of a bass player. I fucking hate Fred Durst with a passion. That's why I decided to wear my Black Label vest for this particular video. Gotta represent. Fucking Fred, what the world needs now is fucking Limp Bizkit. Ooh, because we need songs like Nookie Part 18 and all that, and listen to Fred Durst with his red baseball cap all because that's what he fucking sounds like. Short little side note, I met the motherfucker once. I auditioned for Limp Bizkit back when I was like 19 or 20 or something, when they were holding open auditions all over the country, and I saw Fred Durst, and I went and said hi to him, because he was as far away as you are from whatever screen you're viewing this video from. And he just shot me this eat shit look, like I deserve to be, stepped upon and whatever. And I just thought that was fucking bullshit, because he's a fucking douchebag. So anyway, that's that. Yeah, Limp Bizkit's back together. Woo. Blink-182 is also back together. And, I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about it, but I don't really have anything good to say about it either, except for the fact that we get to hear Travis Barker hit some skins a little more, because nothing's been happening with the transplants or nothing. So I went to high school listening to Blink-182, and I wonder if if it's going to be just as funny and just as good now that I'm older, or maybe they're trying to pick up new fans or something. Whatever. Not too much bad things to say there. Sugar Ray is getting back together. I guess Mark McGrath is done with his little E-News channel stint, and he's like, hey, you know what? I used to have a shitty band back in the day. Let's put them together and let's fucking crank out some shitty music. Just, oh my god. Don't even get me fucking started on that. Apparently he released some statement saying, it'll be our first album in 5 years, coming in 2009. Well, it's 2009 now, and quite frankly, the last 5 years have been great without them. And the last, I don't know, it's probably been about the same amount of time since the Limp Bizkit album. It's been great not hearing this fucking shit. And, we'll come back to this one. Have you heard anything from Green Day's upcoming album? I can't remember what it's called because I'm that disinterested in it. Disinterested, is that a word? It will be now. That's my word of the video. Disinterested. I heard a bunch of new songs from the new Green Day album, one that's coming out this month, and what a bag of shit. It's like, I remember growing up listening to Blink. I mean, unfortunately, Dookie was my first experience with Blink, but I was like fucking 9 years old when that shit came out. And since then, you know, I've grown a taste for it. Honestly, here's what your Green Day collection should look like. You should have the 1039 Smoothed Out Slappy Hours, you should have Kerplunk, you should have Dookie, and you should have Insomniac. That's it. Nimrod, Warning, An American Idiot. Liked the album when it first came out, but when shitty poppy radio stations that played the same 5 songs in rotation, and when you're hearing something like Boulevard of Broken Dreams followed by a Britney Spears song, yeah, it's time to put it away, Billy Joe. Shut the fuck up and cut your hair. And it also pains me that I'm watching these videos and he's up there with like some fucking Gibsons and everything just playing this utter garbage. Just, I couldn't even make it through an entire track of the new shit that I found from them so far. So needless to say, they will not be getting any of my money when that comes around. And I have completely given up on that band. They have nothing important to say anymore. Fuck them. This is my favorite. Creed is back together. Fucking Creed. Because what we need now is some Creed. We need some Jesus rock from Mr. Scott fucking Stapp. You know, was the Creed reunion prompted because Pearl Jam just recently re-released their album 10? You know, big super deluxe. Like, hey, remember this album? It was great. Well, we made it greater. And then Creed's like, oh man, Pearl Jam did something, we better step up, because I think Scott Stapp is the biggest fucking Eddie Vedder ripoff in history. I saw pictures of him. Dude looks like such a doucher now, man. He shaved all his fucking hair off and everything, and he's just got this, he's still got them sad bloodhound eyes that are just like, I wish I made more money than this. And I think that's what this whole reunion's about, because apparently in these past 6 years or whatever it's been, you know, the world has just been missing their Creed. You know, here's another short story. I actually saw Creed live once. I'm not proud of that. I only went because Jerry Cantrell was the opening act back when his Degradation Trip album came out. And he put on a fucking great show. And now Creed, they're musicians, like Tremonti and whatever motherfucker is back there on the drums. They are fun to watch. They're great musicians. I've been digging some Alter Bridge. That's not bad stuff. But Creed, just that, you stand here with me. You know, fuck that. And when I saw him, he was all fat and shit, and he split his pants open on stage, and he had his little whitey tighties all hanging out. And I wore my flashiest Pearl Jam shirt there on purpose, had pit tickets, so I was like 5 feet away from him. He comes over to our side of the stage doing his, look at me, Scott Stapp here, kind of thing. And I just held the shirt out and flipped him the bird, and he never came back to our side of the stage for the rest of the show. That was fucking worth every penny I paid for that ticket. So yeah, what the fuck, man? You know what we need? We need we just had a new Metallica album, so God knows how long it's gonna be till we get another one. We need acts like the Joan Asshole Brothers and Miley Cyrus and all that shit. We need to just put them in a fucking closet somewhere and just leave them, because they seem to be dominating all this popular music shit. And when they cost bands like Metallica to sacrifice pyrotechnics in their show just in case something goes wrong and the Miley Cyrus and Jonas Brothers show has to be canceled, bullshit. That happened. Anyway, I can't really think of anything else to bitch about. But yeah, just chew on that for a little while. Just, where's Zakk Wylde at? He needs to get off of tour, and we need a new Black Label Society album is what we need, because that's like some good fucking metal right there. And